This is from the NFL on CBS. Best TD to interception ratio in the NFL this season. Number one is the guy the Browns are facing, Russell Wilson. 19 touchdowns, just 4 picks. Justin Herbert, 19 touchdowns, 5 picks. Kirk Cousins out for the year. Brock Purdy, 18 TDs and 5. And then C.J. Stroud, the rookie the Browns are going to face in a couple of weeks, 17 touchdowns and 5 picks. Now, Dorian Thompson-Robinson has not thrown a touchdown, and he has thrown 4 interceptions, one of them in that game against the Steelers. It just goes to show you, we were talking about how much Russell Wilson has struggled. They've won 4 straight, and he's not struggling nearly as much right now.
Yeah, quietly putting together a pretty good season. He's got over 2,000 yards, like almost 225 yards rushing. Like he's doing the thing, and being efficient. You can tell from that stat right there, throwing over 4 touchdowns for every interception. You know, and when it comes to DTR, I throw that Baltimore game out. Just for the Browns in general, it's the one outlier. If you look at all their results, that's the one that sticks out that's not like the others. Just take that game, throw that out. In my mind, DTR has got 1 interception and no touchdowns. That number is going to even itself out over these next couple of weeks.
Yeah, and again, he can't tell you how impressed that last drive was as well. All right, areas the Browns need to be concerned with the Broncos coming up. When you look at it, what do you go? Can't let this guy, can't let this happen. Where do the Browns look relative to that?
The first thing I start with is the environment. I mean, you're playing in a very difficult place to play, crazy elevation, you know. But for a rookie getting his first start on the road, that's something that you got to get off to a fast start against a team like that and give them some confidence. You can't get behind in that game. Denver, I mean, 4 straight, and 3 of those 4 have been the Chiefs, Bills, and Vikings. All teams with winning records. They're scrappy. They find ways to win. They're very much like the team we just played. They are opportunistic. You know, they'll give up a lot of yards, then cinch down and get a turnover and give the ball back to Russell, and he'll struggle all game except for in the 4th quarter. You know, so it's kind of the same game script as the Steelers. Get up early on them and put some separation between you and them, so none of that fluke stuff at the end can affect you.
The other thing they have is Javonte Williams is a bigger back who, and some of the big backs with a little bit of burst have caused problems. Kenneth Walker, so he does that. The other guy that's Cortland Sutton, I mean, the old saying about Chris Carter, he just catches touchdowns. He's got something in the neighborhood of like 37 receptions and 7 or 8 touchdowns. And he is a big target with really good hands and feet.
Yeah, Russell loves to look for him when they get in that red zone. He's a huge target. And you just think back to that game in 2019 where he mossed Denzel Ward. I mean, that kid's had crazy skills. He just hadn't had a consistent career. You know, now that he's starting to build a rapport with Wilson, it's becoming more consistent. And he is a threat to score touchdowns. That is someone you got to keep an eye on. I wonder how they'll match up, though. I wonder if they'll put Emerson on him and put Ward on Judy. You know, the Browns have the personnel. They can deal with a big body now because they have Emerson.
Yeah, I would absolutely do that. Try to be a little bit more physical with him and not let him get to where he wants to go. What about DTR? What do you do? I kind of like the big personnel that might, you know, the defensive line of the Broncos is not what the defensive line of the Steelers is, but, you know, newsflash, not many in the NFL are.
You know what? The first thing I look at is the Broncos have a poor run defense. They're dead last in the league. They give up 160 yards rushing per game. So first things first, establish your run game. Make the game easy for DTR. Give him 3rd and manageable. You know, keep him out of 3rd and long. Let's stay up with the sticks. Let's enforce the running game. You should be able to run all over this Broncos team. So that's got to be the emphasis this week, is dial in your running game and build everything else off of that. I think if they do that, DTR will be just fine.
Yeah, I would agree. And you know, you run better out of the big personnel. It gives him some easier reads. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see more of that.